I'm Stephen Jones. I'm a transportation guy. I'm the guy who decides how long you wait at red lights. Some folks have told me I'm intense. All right, so a young woman marries into a good Southern family, and she goes to the first Christmas dinner, and the mother-in-law brings out the ham, and it's got the end cut off, 25% of the ham cut off. Why you cut the end off the ham? My mother-in-law did. Next year, talk to the grandmother. Why you cut the end off the ham? My mother-in-law did. Story goes on, we get to the great-grandmother. Why you cut the end off the ham? Well, back in the day when I was hosting Christmas dinner, I had a really, really small oven, really small house, and it was the only thing that fit. And there we go. Something that gets passed along, we keep doing the same thing, we don't know why. This is the ham. We built this interstate highway system. We drive cars around, and there is some correlation with economic activity, but it's not a poverty alleviator. It is not the way to bring people out of poverty. We've done it in this country. We've done it with the World Bank and the IMF and all sorts of things, failed policies throughout the world to bring people out of poverty by building roads and getting them in cars, thinking that that will cure the world's ills. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked around the world. It doesn't work here as a poverty alleviation tool. It's not the answer, or it's certainly not the only answer. Take the Black Belt. We're all aware of the Black Belt in Alabama. The economic disadvantage, the social isolation, all the problems that we have in the Black Belt. Transportation does solve problems, but it doesn't solve these sort of acute problems that you have in the Black Belt. Chronic acute problems, much like you have in the developing world, in third world countries. So the powers that be, Davis, Shelby, and the names that you know, have come together, and we're going to solve the problem. We're going to throw the Black Belt a lifeline. Here's the transportation system surrounding the Black Belt. Let's build them a road. We're going to build a road, and we're going to bring the Black Belt out of poverty. Bullshit. All you're going to get is a whole bunch of truck stops, Stuckies, Motel 6s, and that sort of thing. It is not a lifeline, and it's not going to solve any of these issues. And my presentation just totally fucked up. So we're going to go ahead, and now we've gotten to the good parts of what you would do. And now we've gone back around. We're going to build some high speed. Here's what I wanted to say is, it's going to cost, we've got, the ham is in the oven, the pork is in the oven. There's $100 million already been put to expand I-85 onto the Mississippi state line. $100 million, $5 million a mile to build the road, that's 20 miles. It's 125 miles as the crow flies. So what I've said is, look, what's the resource we have in the state now? We don't mine ore anymore. We have UAB. Put a UAB campus in the Black Belt, let doctors, residents, interns commute down there, and when they do, lo and behold, they're going to be there, they're going to be working, they're going to have a place to stay. We're going to build some condominiums, some townhomes, then we're going to build some McDonald's, then we're going to build some Starbucks, and all of a sudden, you've started treating the problem at its source. You've started treating the problem where it actually occurs, and you're not putting people on the road, this new road to freedom, this new road that the only thing at the end of that road is you drive and you drive and you drive, in the hopes that there's an hourly wage at the end of that road that's enough to allow you to keep driving to earn that hourly wage. But what happens when gas hits $4 a gallon? What happens when gas hits $6 a gallon? It's not sustainable. How are we going to get the doctors and the interns and all to the Black Belt? Build them a high-speed rail, 45-minute commute. 45-minute commute from Birmingham to somewhere in the Black Belt, wherever it needs to be. And they're there. Is it crazy? Is it going to cost more than $5 million a mile? I don't know. But what I do know is if we keep doing things and answering the question the same way, we're going to get the same answer. You ever driven I-59 south of Tuscaloosa? It's a big old highway in the middle of nowhere, and there is no economic development or poverty alleviation all the way to New Orleans. So my question is, are we going to keep doing it the same way? Are we going to build the high road, or are we going to take the low road? Thanks.